Hey, it's your buddy Tim Show back with another Raid Shadow Legends video. And we're going to do a video today on my Doom Tower teams and what teams I use where. I'm going to go through the bosses and then through a couple of the more difficult floors. I don't remember. Somebody brought it up in the comments on the channel, and I looked through the comments and I couldn't find who did it. So if you want to leave me a comment below, if you were the one that suggested this, I'll give you a shout out on the next video. And I apologize for not giving you credit. I tend to get most of my good ideas from you guys on doing videos. So happy Saturday to everybody. First, let me address the elephant in the room, and that is Vladimir Putin being a complete asshole and invading a sovereign country. And I am honestly impressed and a little saddened, actually, that I figured Raid was going to be down, right? I mean, these people are literally fighting for their lives, and this video game is still up. I mean, God bless those people, and I wish nothing but their safety and the demise of that rat fuck Vladimir Putin. What an awful, awful thing to happen in today's age. And hopefully he is repelled in the strongest manner, but I am not optimistic that the West has any cojones anymore, and they're going to allow him to make other people's lives horrible. Anyhow, let's get past that. Shout out to Plarium and all the folks out there. Stay safe. God bless you. I wish you nothing but health and happiness, and get through this awful, awful time and unscathed. But I don't think there's much chance of that. So let's get into the video. The ADD kicks in, and I have to catch all of these red dots. So Doom Tower. Oh, the fusion's going on. Not so interested in any of the stuff. I have a Krisk. Yeah, I mean, a second Krisk could be nice, but I'm not willing to pull on a non-2 times event for Void Shards. So, yeah, so I'm not doing any pulls this week. And honestly, I'm not sure if I'll do I'll still do Shard videos when it's worth it. But I don't get a big blast out of Shard videos, even though they tend to be well viewed. I don't know. I've just sort of soured on them. But let's go ahead and talk about Doom Tower. I'll go into Doom Tower hard, and we will go all the way to the top, and I will show you each of my teams. Now, I should let you know, obviously, these are not free-to-play teams. I have not gone through and tried to make these teams friendly, because, honestly, a lot of them aren't going to be friendly, especially at the very, very top, right? So, floor, what is this, 120? The boss is this guy who summons people, and really it's all about staying alive for this guy. So I'll let it run a few rounds on this guy. I think it's kind of a long fight because it's auto for me, and Krisk obviously plays a huge role in here, both with his shields and with his drop attack and drop speed, which is really good. So, yeah, I'll let it run, and we may not finish it just because some of these are kind of long fights. But I'll do all the bosses first, and then I'll go back and I'll touch on some of the main floors. Really, there's two, I think, that most people have trouble with. There's the Mortu Macabre floor, where you have several Mortu Macabres. I think it's one in the first wave, and then two in the second waves, and one in the third wave. And then there's the Siphi Rotos waves that cause a lot of people trouble. And honestly, I don't even think I 100% those floors. But I'll show you the teams I use to run against them. They are difficult, even for anybody, I think. Well, maybe not for, the guys in those end clans. But for me, they are. So, okay. So here's our guy. This is all about staying alive and getting in as much damage on him on the cardial counterattack. So he pulls these guys up. They all do different things, but if you can keep block buffs up and strip with your Doom Priest, I tend I'll tend to just target him, but I let it run on auto because they will kind of attack the right people when need be. So it kind of works out. But yeah, you can see yeah. I mean, he does mad damage, and everybody here is pretty necessary. Yeah, so he locked out my skills, which is not a good thing. So I believe this is my high resistance Duchess, so she's going to, I don't think they can lock her out, which is good. So he eats that, and then he does some awful things. But you can see, as long as my Duchess stays healthy, she'll bring everybody back and keep this run going. And then the HP burns with Drexlar on his minions are really the main source of damage. I don't really have a damage dealer in here, you can see, besides Drexlar. So my idea is just to keep burns on everybody, and that's the main source of damage. And then stay alive. I mean, that's the real key to this whole thing. So, but yeah, but you can see even this is not a gimme. Although he is out of his rage or whatever that he gets when he eats. The different things do different things, right? So yeah, so he eats him, and then he gets certain cooldowns back or something, or does some awful stuff. But I think the hero for this round is Duchess, because you want to build her with a good resistance so she doesn't get locked out. And then Krisk, obviously, who when you attack him does attack down stuff. So okay, so. Well, we're more than halfway. I'll let this finish. I don't think this is one of the longer fights. I think there's some longer fights that I won't let run all the way through. So how's everybody doing? Did y'all pull for Krisk? Or are you going to let that go? I might have pulled for Krisk if I didn't have one. I mean, a second Krisk could be great, but the financial responsibility to get a second Krisk is just too great for me. I mean... Plus, even voids are getting to where 10 times on voids aren't, I think, spectacular, because they keep adding new voids, and honestly, there's some other voids I want to get. Leorius, and then that Fox Hunter guy's a partner I want to get as well, because I think she's really good. There's also a guaranteed epic. I think she's a void. But no, she's a regular. But 40 Ancients gets you a guaranteed epic that does a decrease resist. But it doesn't make any sense to me. I'm sure everybody's talked about it. But if you have enough accuracy to land decrease resist on a champion that's got super high resistance, you might as well just put that gear on a madam, right? And that way she'll strip and decrease defense. I don't see really any reason, unless you just have a major need to get other buffs on, right? So you put that champion in really high accuracy gear, and let the rest of your team get debuffs on that champion. Anyway, so you can see 453. My best is 442. Not wonderful, but not bad. So, so the next one is a spider. The spider is very similar. I use three strippers because she puts so many GD poisons on you, right? Even she'll poison you when you have block debuffs up, right? So, so very similar in strategy, where I'm just trying to let my HP burns do the work, and then instead of like the cardio counterattacks and the Krisk stuff, I use a Brogni for his block debuffs and heals, and then I use 3 buff strippers, right? I have Doom Priest, who strips every turn. I have Riho, who does a major strip when her cooldown is up, and then I have Mausoleum Mage, who does a buff strip as well. So again, not the fastest team probably. I'm sure there's many more fast teams, but this is probably as close to free to play as I can get, right? So the only real stud in this team is Riho, Because Brogni was a fusion, Drexar is a fusion, and then these two are epics, right? So yeah, I guess this isn't a terrible whale team. So we'll let this run. And really, again, and maybe you'll sense a theme in my Doom Tower teams, but I target the spider on this because I don't really care about killing the spiderlings. So she puts, just a gazillion, but then Riho strips, and then we get HP burns on everybody, and yeah. And so that's the idea. So yeah, the theme to most of my teams is, hey, I want to just survive it, right? I don't have the nuki kind of damage that. Well, I do, but I don't choose to put them on Doom Tower teams. I use my nuki damage on arena champions, right? So for these guys, I tend to just they don't get my best gear, so I'm looking. Just to survive and do all the things that I need to do, right? So instead of a Riho, who would I put in here? Maybe a second Mausoleum Mage, but you're going to miss out on a lot of her debuffs, right? By targeting the spider, she throws up just a million debuffs, and you can see, I'm catching debuffs even with block debuffs up, but that's why Doom Priest is in there. Her passive just removes anything on every one of her turns. So, and then there goes Mausoleum Mage, stripping buffs, and you can see we just work through this pretty easily. There's really not much of a danger. Like on that first one, I do lose some people, but my Duchess is studly enough to bring everybody back around. So I won't make y'all watch the rest of that. You can see it goes pretty autopilot on that. And so let's go to the next one, which would be Magma Dragon, and different team, but really this guy is the hero, War Chief, right, with his provokes. And the way I have my War Chief built is I don't even need him fast. I just want him survivable with enough accuracy to land his provokes. And this is really, yeah. So he'll place a provoke for 3 turns on a 2-turn cooldown, right? So that's what we're doing to this guy, because it's all about provoking the boss so he doesn't AoE attack you and murder you. So, and you'll see it. None of these champions. I mean, my S tier champions are built pretty well, so my Cardiel's built pretty well, and my Lydia's built okay. But these other champions that I don't use a lot, they don't need to be built out, right? The guys that are coming in to do one job, right? War Chief has one job here, and that's to keep a provoke debuff on the enemy, and it's a very, very easy fight at that point, which I think all of you kind of know. I'm not guessing. I don't hear a lot of people say they have giant issues with the Magma Dragon, right? Sir Nick is in there for his unkillable and shields and things, but and damage. And then I have Syl in there for her toughness, and I have her built for damage, so she can do some heals and some damage. And then I don't think I've ever lost a champion on this fight. So you can see the 3-turn provoke is up, and it's on a 2-turn cooldown. So it just kind of stays up, and it ends up being a pretty easy fight. So and again, this is the last Magma Dragon on this Doom Tower hard. So we're not on normals or easies. This is and again, not a terrible. I mean, there's other people you could replay. I think instead of Lydia, you could probably put I don't know, a different champion in there, and then any ally attack. I'm a big fan of the ally attack, especially if you have champions that have A1s. So if War Priest did miss his major provoke on an allied attack, he might be able to put his A1 provoke up as well. So, but you can see 2-minute run on auto, never really an issue, right? Everybody's in there as just in case, right? So you don't have to have a Sir Nick. You don't have to have a, some of these other ones. So that's that. And then what do we got? The Griffin, pretty easy. Really, I'm just built for damage here. And then I use this team because honestly, they just do massive damage and they debuff as well. So this one goes pretty fast. We'll show this. Then I'll do the 2 floors that tend to cause everyone issues, and then we'll call it a video. But love to hear from you guys. Let me know if you have some other ideas on teams that I could use to make it a little faster. Although, I don't know. I'm not in a space where I feel like I need to spend a whole lot of time trying to get 1 minute runs on these. If I have to spend a couple extra minutes, let this thing run in the background while I do some other stuff. It's fine with me. That's why I tend to build teams that are just robust, and I don't have to worry about they're going to kind of live through everything. So, but again, yeah, I mean, you can not a low spender free, the cardio, the teaming of so he removes, but I have enough buffs to make it happen. So obviously, what you want to do is kill this guy before he gets, I think 20 stacks on his, what do they call this thing? On his, not that. What do they call his? I can't remember. This meter here. You want to kill him before he gets to 20, and then the lower the better, right? So again, that's why I like ally attack with people that got monster A1s, because we're able to work him down pretty easily. So. And that, Riho as a single target debuffer is, I mean, hands down the best in the business, right? But this guy does a really good job of just continually stripping and both himself, cleansing himself and stripping you, right? I mean, that's sort of what he does. So, and then again, I have my high resistance Duchess in here, and I'll show you her build. I think she's, high resistance for me, right? I mean, we're not talking, and these super platinum endgame guys that have 800 resistance. I think she's got like 550 or something, but it's plenty for this content. So that's that. Okay, so let's look at floors. I don't really remember what floors. Is it 109? No. Is it 106? It's got the Mortus. Yeah, so this might be the Mortu floor. So my idea here is I want to nuke you down, right? So I use a Mashal to keep provokes up, and I let it auto as I do most of my stuff and try to just target the champions I want to target. So yeah, getting through the War Priest stuff here is, kind of sucks too, because it will take out your damage dealers because they're ridiculous. So okay, so we're gonna do this more too. And take him out. Then we're going to do this more too. Take him out. And then we're going to do this more too. Ooh. Okay, so we got to provoke on him. And he's dead. So, yeah. Again, it's not free to play friendly. I have a +4 Mashald, right? So I'm able to get through this round pretty easily. Yeah. So, yeah. So, before I was able to build this, I would just use provokes, right? So I used Mashald, just a baseline Mashald, and then I used what's her name? The dwarf healer, the dwarf reviver. Oh my gosh, what's her name? Do I have her in here? Boy, getting old is not for sissies. What's her name? This gal. Right? What's her name? No. Molly Tankard. Jeez Louise, sorry about that. Yeah, I used her for the provokes just to keep the Mortus from periling. Because honestly, like my Mortu perils like 1 out of 5 times. Those Mortu perils like 8 out of 9 times. So it seems like if they get a turn, they take you out. So let's see. Let's find those Roto Siffy waves, and then we'll call it a video. Do you remember where they are? Were they up here? And then if you have a wave that you're struggling with, let me know. And I'll go back and I'll show you my teams. And then maybe you can learn something from them if that's helpful. I have a feeling, though, that the Siffy waves don't show up on this because it only shows you the last team, right? So the Roto Siffy waves may not show up. Here, let me do a quick internet search, and I will floor for Rotos Siffy waves Doom Tower hard. Okay, 114. All right, so 114. Yeah, see, they don't show up because the last wave doesn't have Roto Siffy. So you can see, again, I use my Mortu where I'm just trying to nuke them down and keep them provoked so they can't. But even then, I'll miss stuff and slow down on these waves. Although maybe this doesn't. Let's see. Yeah, no, this isn't a Roto Siffy wave. It lied to me. It wasn't 114. What was it? No. Let's try this again. Rotos Siffy wave Doom Tower hard. It says 114, beat to turn at 111. Double Rotos, 111. Let's try 111. All right, let's try this one. So you can see again I'm just trying to nuke you down and okay. So here are the Rotoses, right? So there's really no the double hit from Trunda is the key. Okay, so here's the Siffy. So let's target her because we don't want her reviving. And okay, we'll take her out first, and then we should be okay. And then yeah, that's that. So it's important, obviously, to have a double hitter. So Siffy is good for it. Yannick is good for it if you target them on her deal. So yeah, so that's that. Let me know if there's waves that you guys are struggling with, and I'll be happy to show you. Ooh, $100 for this. Let's see what they. Oh, could you just choose all? So what is that? $100. We get 2, 3, 4, and then 4. That's actually not terrible. Because these are worth. I mean, some people put them at like $10. You can't get these for $10. Like if you could go 15 and maybe 10 on these, yeah, that's probably not a bad. If you have the money and need to pull some sacreds, that's probably not a bad pack. So yeah. So anyway, I know I keep cutting my lines off, but if you have waves that you're struggling with, let me know, and as part of another video, I could go back and just touch one of those waves. So hope you're doing well. Let me know how you're doing, and yeah, we'll see you on the next video, which will be tomorrow, because we're having we're gonna have the tag team arena reset, and I'm still battling out of out of. I had my giveaway defenses in for the whole week, and I just put my main defense in now, and yeah, and so yeah, it's pretty decent. You can see this guy beat me. He beat my middle one, but I won the other two. So yeah, we'll battle out of that, and we'll go over some tag teams. I have some new teams put together, so we'll do that, and we will see you tomorrow. God bless.